Since the collapse of Globix, liquidators have been trying to recover more than $40 million. GBC understands more than a dozen local lawyers, some of whom are involved in the crypto space, have lost money as investors. The Financial Times has named two others, apart from Sir Peter Caruana, Keith Azopardi and Justine Picardo, who is now separated from her husband, the Chief Minister Fabian Picardo. A full list of investor names has not been seen by GBC, although several weeks ago we sought court documents containing the details. The list is not readily available to journalists, who instead have been told they would need to become part of the legal proceedings to access it. The government has declined to comment. In answer to GBC questions, it said this is a matter which is presently the subject of civil proceedings in the Supreme Court. It added Globix is a BVI company and not subject to regulation in Gibraltar. This is a similar view to what the Minister for Digital and Financial Services told GBC's Viewpoint last month.
So Globix was a company from the British Virgin Islands. They weren't licensed, they weren't approved, they had no consent to operate from Gibraltar. And so, to what extent is that a Gibraltar problem?
Well, a lot of the investors were from Gibraltar.
That's because the main person seeking those investments was Gibraltarian. And so he tapped the people that he knew and persuaded them to invest money.
Did you know this was all happening? But did you know all this was happening?
No. There is no Gibraltar PLC involvement. There is no licensed business, regulated business involved in this at all.
I mean, should we not have...
Well, I think when the
protected our investors more?
Any of those investors could have come to the regulator and say, I've been asked to put money into here. Are you aware of this? Because we weren't. Regulator wasn't.
At all.
Nobody came forward and made a complaint to the regulator. So we've got to get better at ensuring that we are policing the periphery to get smarter at understanding if anybody tries to do anything like this again. This was from the reports that I'm hearing. Nothing more than a Ponzi scheme. But look.
However, the digital assets correspondent at the Financial Times, Scott Cipollina, who's been reporting on the Globix story, recently told GBC it's incumbent on regulators to protect consumers in their jurisdiction, even if an entity is not itself registered or regulated there. A public examination of Damien Carreras, the sole shareholder and sole director of Globix, and his business associate Pavel Sidorov is scheduled to take place at the Supreme Court between the 17th and 25th of July, although this is expected to be via video link.